Imagine a world where gold doesn't sit locked away in vaults, but instead it moves freely and instantly across borders and is even used in everyday transactions. That idea shouldn't feel futuristic. In fact, it shouldn't feel new at all. And why you ask that is because in history, gold was once money. For thousands of years, gold wasn't just a store of value. It was the medium of exchange. People used it to trade, to settle debts, to build economies. Entire civilizations were built on it. So then the question becomes, what changed? Why did an asset so powerful get removed from our everyday lives? Was it because gold lost its value? Or was it simply because we stopped using an asset that was never truly outdated? Hello everyone, my name is Mahek Kewlani, and I am the Regional Director of Middle East and North Africa and Europe from BIGOD. I stand here today speaking about the future of payments, a future where gold is not forgotten like it has been till date. Rather, it is brought back into our everyday lives. A future where one of the world's most oldest and trusted assets does not sit locked away in vaults, but instead, it moves freely, instantly, and globally through the digital network. And what makes this moment different is that for the first time in history, we have the technology through blockchain and tokenization to bring that vision to life. And this is exactly where we step in. This is BIGOD. If you look at the world today, we are living through one of the biggest transformations in global finance in decades. We are living in an era where trust has become one of the most valuable currencies in this world. And whenever the world has looked for stability, history has pointed us to one asset, gold. Not because it's new, but because it has won humanity's trust over thousands of years. So, at BIGOD, our goal was never just to create another token. Rather, our goal was to answer a much bigger question. How do you use the trust of a traditional asset to unlock the possibilities of a digital one? And that thinking shaped everything we built. We have built something that sits between the stability of one of the world's oldest and most trusted assets and the innovation of one of the world's most modern and evolving technologies. Every BIGOD is backed by 250 grams of gold, and we have a fixed supply of 2.5 million tokens. But what makes us different is not the asset backing our token. It is the philosophy behind our design. Most gold-backed tokens are created simply to follow the price of gold. They do what gold has been doing for years: preserve value. However, we thought, how do you make gold something different? How do you create something different? So at BIGOD, we reimagined the way gold can be used through digital economy and RWA infrastructure to build something that is unique. We no longer see gold just as a store of value. Rather, we want to see it as a medium of exchange. And this brings me to a phrase we have all heard time and time again. Tokenization is the future. And to be honest, I don't disagree. But if tokenization is really the future, why are we not using tokenized assets in our daily lives? And the answer to that is very simple. The world does not adopt technology simply because it exists. They adopt technology when it solves a problem. Just think about it. The internet, the mobile phone, emails, and various other technologies that changed the world did not do so just because it was innovative. They did so because people found a reason to use them in their everyday lives. And this is the same philosophy that needs to be applied to the blockchain world. The next phase for the industry does not require us to create more tokens. It doesn't require us to bring more assets on-chain either. Rather, it requires us to create purpose-driven assets and combine them with products that people can actually use. Hence, tokenization is what brings assets on-chain, sure. But utility is what will give people a reason to use them. And that is the factor we chose to focus on. Now, providing a solution for utility, it goes beyond than just creating a token. It needs a lot more. It requires us to actually, let's say, create something new, something unique. So we thought about it a lot, and then it came up with the answer. It requires us to create a fully functional ecosystem where the token can be used. So, now, when we think about it, right, using a utility or creating that ecosystem needs a lot more than just something something simple, or something that is building something, or technology. It needs connections. It needs the right network. Some of the world's oldest and most successful financial networks were built when people, businesses, and communities came together around a common purpose. So, technology is definitely the answer to creating something unique, but we need the people and we need the community to actually accept it, to actually use it. And that is what BIGOD decided to focus on. So, we are not here just to create another token and wait for its adoption to happen. We are here providing the complete ecosystem alongside our token to ensure that the utility factor does get accepted and the people are able to use the token as well. We have delivered a complete utility-based ecosystem that provides various services such as OTC, P2P, escrow solutions, marketplace solutions, and so much more. But as I said earlier, ultimately, technology alone does not build a successful financial infrastructure. People, however, do. Every ecosystem that has changed the world was built by its community before it became accepted. The founders who saw the vision early, the investors and partners who believed in the opportunity, the users who chose to become a part of the journey, and every single person who contributed, participated, and helped build the network grow. Hence, the future of RWA does not belong to companies that just create tokens. It belongs to companies that create the entire ecosystem alongside them to actually give it the utility feature that it needs. But this alone is not the only or the final step. There is one final piece to this puzzle. And that is, no matter how advanced or whichever financial or technological transformation that is taking place in the world, it needs more than just the idea. It needs the right environment. It needs the right timing. And most importantly, it needs the right community. And this is where Vietnam's market provides us with a very unique opportunity. Countries that embrace change early on do not just participate in the future of the economy, they help define it. Vietnam has shown us its ability to adopt, innovate, and grow alongside emerging technologies. With a population of over 100 million, Vietnam's economy is a young, technology-driven workforce that has some of the highest rates of digital adoption in Southeast Asia. The country has also emerged as one of the leading markets in the blockchain world, and it has sort of taken the title to be recognized for its digital adoption. And this is exactly the kind of environment we need for RWA innovations, or real-world asset innovations, to grow. Because real-world asset doesn't just stop at creating digital versions of existing assets. It requires us to build new infrastructure, one that allows markets to become more connected, one that allows assets to become more accessible, and one that allows businesses and individuals to get opportunities that were previously unavailable. So, if there is one final thought I would like you to leave this room with today, it is this. Every major transformation in history started with an idea that seemed impossible at the time. The idea that gold could be money. The idea that paper could be money. Or the idea that money could become digital. And today, we are standing at the beginning of another transformation. Gold was trusted before there was technology. The blockchain was built to ensure that there is a more transparent ecosystem. And today, these two forces are joining hands together. So, I ask you one final question. When the world looks back decades from now and asks the question, when did gold enter the digital economy? Will you be watching that moment happen, or will you be a part of building it? Thank you.